When they were reading the scorecards, do you think that you did enough to win the title?
I know I did, but I'm traumatized. So I'm sitting there like I felt I've won the fight before, and the judges raised the other person's hand. So I was just sitting there like hoping the judges saw what I saw, but those last few rounds, like I really feel like I solidified it. I mean, I was landing some big shots. My hands have never hurt so bad after a fight. I mean, my knuckles were cracking her.
Yeah, it was an incredible performance.
Thank you for
Talk to us about the mindset being in a war like that. What was going through your mind during that fight?
I felt like I was beating her to the punch, but we're big girls now. We're welterweights, so I had to keep letting my hands go. But I knew that coming up from lightweight, I still had that speed and that timing on her, and I feel like I beat her to the punch every time. But she was still a strong opponent, still trying to constantly come forward. But we had a game plan, and I stuck to the game plan really well.
Final one for
How
me.
comfortable were you with your corner?
Oh, extremely comfortable. I'm always comfortable with my corner, but obviously Cookie Jantua, props to him for these certain combinations that he had me throw. He really was forcing me to throw that hook and then bring that right hand around. Coach Al was forcing me to stay moving to the left, and both of those work a lot. We've watched her past fights. She loves that left hook to the body, and we didn't give it to her once.
Mikaela, final one for me. So Sandy got doused with some paint before the fight. Someone from her side is accusing someone from your side doing that. I was curious if you had a comment on that.
I mean, come on, I would never go that far. I mean, I know I'd talk some shit and build up, but I would never go that far to plot some hate being thrown on her. I don't condone that. I think that's messed up. I think that's out of line, crossing the line big time. So, it sucks to happen, but hopefully she's able to shake it off and do her thing. I mean, I don't know what that was. I was in my room getting ready for the fight.
Right on.
Johnny Boy boxing fight. Do you think that affected her performance, getting thrown at paint and stuff? You think she would have been the same fight?
No, she's a pro. She's a pro. Once that bell rings, everything that happened prior to that fight goes out of the window. It really does. Like, at least, that is the way it is for me. There's so much adrenaline going. There's nothing else. There's no room to think of anything else.
Do you think the
Mikaela,
fight was close? Do you think the fight was close?
No, I think I solidified it. There were some close rounds. Maybe the middle rounds.
How many rounds do you think you take?
The majority is 7.
Scores like all over the place on press row, but the one thing everyone agreed on is they want to see it again. It was such a great fight, everyone wants to see it again. Would you be open to an immediate rematch?
Yeah, I'm open to a rematch. We'll talk about it. I mean, I'm going to do what I want to do, though. I want to go look, and there's other champions that I want to fight, and I want to go undisputed. I don't know if I'll give it to her right away. I got the belt back, and I'm going to call the shot, so we'll just see.
Mikaela, talk to us.
Congratulations. The reaction to this fight was extremely positive. People calling it the fight of the year. Obviously, Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano have a lot to live up to now. Can you talk about what you guys were able to do tonight, and also did you kind of sense that it was that type of fight as you were going through?
Yeah, but I honestly feel like every fight that I'm in is always such an action-packed fight. But obviously, props to Sandy. She had to provide half of that entertainment, right? Like, she had to be game and go forward, and she did. So definitely, I agree, fight of the year. But that's what I always try and give that in my fights. You're never gonna get a boring fight with me.
I know you've been in with some strong punchers, especially in sparring and that kind of thing. How did you rate in terms of
it was more her body weight. I don't think I don't know. My adrenaline was running so fast. There was never a moment where I felt hurt, but definitely a strong opponent. She's obviously a great fighter. That was a super fun fight, super action-packed fight. I give her no props, but I still think I whooped her.
Yeah, hi, Mikaela. Talk to us about the strategies in the ring tonight. You did keep it outside and were effective on the inside, but you were also willing to trade and go to battle on the inside. Where do you felt you had more success, and what was your plan going into the fight tonight?
I think everyone always expects me to bang it out in the pocket because I've done that probably since the Hamadouche fight. I've found myself liking that fight on the inside, but we got back to the boxing this time. We didn't want to fall into her game plan, and there were moments where we were falling into it and fighting her on the inside, but I was successful on the outside, the jab, the hook, the jab, the hook, bringing the right hand around and circling to the left. The jab and the hook was eating her every time. She was eating it every time.
And any any strategic adjustments you had to make in there, and when, if there were any adjustments, when did you have to make those adjustments?
In the middle of the fight, just going back to the boxing. Because I always get caught up in wanting to bang on the inside, and I did for a little bit, but my corner just reminded me to get back to the jab, get back to the hook, and drop that right hand in from the outside. And every time I did, it was landing. So, you know, I didn't have to bang it out on the inside as much, but you know, sometimes I just like to do that.
Thank you,
One last
Mikaela.
one, Miss.
Mikaela, was this a make or break fight for you, considering some tough decisions away?
I think that everyone wanted to make that narrative for me, like this was it, this was the
Right.
fight I had to win, but I don't feel that way. I'm going to fight until I decide I don't want to fight anymore. I feel like no matter the decisions that I've had that have gone against me, I'm still one of the greatest female fighters doing it. So I'm not going to let them decide when my career is going to end. I knew that no matter what happened tonight, I was going to keep going and keep doing me, and so I wanted to hang it up. But obviously, this helps get me back in the position that I feel like I deserve. And with the belt around my waist, this is what I think where I belong.
What message
you,
you
guys.
think you sent
One last
tonight to the
question.
division? What message you think you sent?
I think I've been sending messages. I think everyone knows that whatever division I'm in, I'm going to be a threat no matter what. But I'm coming for the other champions, no doubt about it, and they know it too. So undisputed, that's my goal.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.